Kia ora class. Today we're going to be talking about peers and friends as a possible influence on people's participation in physical activity. Our learning intention for today is that we're going to explore how and why peers or friends affect people's participation in physical activity. Now, the first thing we're going to do is make a distinguishment between peers and friends. Now, a lot of people would use those two terms interchangeably, but the message I want to get across to you today is that they are slightly different. So if you're talking about one, you need to stay talking about that one for the entirety of whatever you're writing or whatever you're talking about. Okay, let's look at peers. You may not know peers personally. There may be people that you don't actually know very well personally at all. Their values and opinions are just of some importance. You kind of care what they think, but maybe kind of not as well. You may only have a couple of things in common with them. And generally when you talk about peers, you're talking about a very large and very broad group of people. Now let's look at friends. Friends are people who you know personally. You know them by name, they know you by name. The values and opinions of these people are what matter the most to you. They're the people whose thoughts you care about the most. You'll often have more in common with each other when they are friends rather than just peers. And generally friends, when we talk about them, we're talking about a group that's sort of smaller than peers and is more intimate in the way you are related, I guess. Now, some of the similarities that these both groups have are they can both influence the participation of others around them, and both peers and friends could be participants alongside you, or they could be non-participants alongside you.
Alright, now that we've looked at the difference between peers and friends, I have for us a short YouTube clip. It's about an American study which really looked at how important friendships were to young people in determining certain trends in their physical activity levels.
A new study finds a child's friends may play a big role in how much physical activity they get. Dr. Kate Eshelman did not take part in the study, but is a psychologist at Cleveland Clinic Children's Hospital.
You want to spend time with your friends, so if they're being active, you want to do what they're doing, and you become more active too. The article did emphasize the impact of the friendship, so it's not just around your peers, just kids that are around you, but the quality of the friendship as well.
Vanderbilt University researchers studied 81 kids aged 5 to 12 who were enrolled in a 12-week aftercare program. They found that although children did not form or dissolve friendship based on physical activity, existing friendships heavily influenced how much. The strongest influence on the amount of time children spent in moderate to vigorous activity was their immediate friends. Researchers say a child's activity level can be increased, decreased, or stabilized based on their circle of friends. Dr. Eshelman says an active lifestyle starts at a very early age.
How do peers and friends affect participation in physical activity? I'm going to start with a positive. My peers had a positive effect on my participation. They helped me participate fully, participate for longer, participate again, overcome obstacles to participation, or participate when I otherwise couldn't or wouldn't have participated in that activity. So those are some examples of how they might have a positive effect. Now over to potential negative effects. My peers had a negative effect on my participation. They stopped me participating fully, participating the whole time, participating again, overcoming obstacles to participation, or participating when I otherwise would have or could have done so in this activity. Now to why they affect participation in physical activity. And I've got a little question that might help you answer that. Ask yourself, did my peers and friends role model positive or negative participation to me? Did they create peer pressure, which was either positive or negative in the way it affected me? Or did they support and encourage me? Or maybe didn't support and encourage me? That brings us to the end of this little presentation. That is how peers and friends might affect participation in physical activity.